Communications and petitions. Letter A is the library's annual report. So we just had one of these a few months ago, but we moved up the timeline so that it would be a reflection of the year, the fiscal year that actually just concluded. So our director here, Rebecca, is here to present. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good evening, Council and Mayor Pro Tem. As Josh just mentioned, we moved our stuff, so while we were here a couple of months ago explaining everything that we've been up to, yeah, we thought it would be better to update things that are more recent in time than over a year, or what feels like over a year ago. So, not a whole lot has changed in terms of like all of our administrative information, so pretty much the same staffing, same board exists. So I'm just going to move past that. The first part of it is talking about how many active cards that we have. So for context, our total legal population, including the city as well as our two contracted areas, which is Hillsdale and Jefferson Township, we actually cover over 11,000 total people, but currently we only have 1,145 current active cards. One thing I do want to point out though is that if you're looking at the report and you see the circles, there's, for example, Hillsdale City, you'll see it says Hillsdale City, the next number says 732, and the next in the middle is 230. So the second number, for example, 732 is how many active card holders we have. The numbers in the middle is how many we have added in the year. So compared to last year, we are pretty similar with how many total users, but we actually did increase for each of them just a tiny bit. So that was a great positive to see. We also have people who optionally choose to come to our library and purchase cards as a subscription, in addition to where their free library would be at. So we right now we charge $40 for an annual card, which includes checking out books and everything else the library has to offer. I do want to note that we have been in discussion with Hillsdale Township to figure out a way to continue our contract with them. We have had some people explaining or expressing that they find the contract to be not up to date. I can't think of the right word I would say, but we hope to figure out a way to continue that contract with them, because we know we have a lot of people in the Hillsdale Township that appreciate coming to our library. Next is just about how many things we circulate in a total year. So we both have physical things that you come into the library and check out, as well as things that you would listen to on your phone or tablet, anything like that. It seems to be that roughly that number stays the same, always around in the 45, 46, 47,000 amount of things that people have circulated and read in some way or another, which is crazy to think that such a high number in just a year. But it is it's great. It's great to see that so many people utilize the library, read as much as they do, as well as all the other things that you can come into the library and get help with. Something to note, when it talks about loaning in and loaning things out, we do a lot of partnerships, but a lot of work with getting things to other libraries all across the state. So, and things coming to us as well, all the way from like Iron Mountain in the UP. So we do a lot of stuff with other libraries throughout the state, which is very helpful for our patrons because our library can't house everything, unfortunately. Moving on, our collections. So we have about a little over, or close to 46,000 physical books, but also roughly a little over 3,000 other audio, DVD, that sort of stuff. We don't typically tend to purchase any of those things, especially DVDs, because it tends to be a bit of a dying format with streaming. However, we recently, or over the last fiscal year, got rid of charging $1 for our DVDs, which has actually improved how much people tend to be watching, or how much circulation we've got. So there's been a lot of updates I have been trying to make in order to make people interested in, or to kind of reduce some of the barriers that I guess were in place in previous. And it, like I said, has been definitely a positive impact. In terms of miscellaneous statistics, so we've had over 35,000 people who've come to visit our library in the span of just 1 year. It definitely helps when we have elections at the library. We've had special meetings, just other events that people have utilized the library for, which is also in a way great to have those things there, just so more people in the community can familiarize themselves with the library, and just see our facilities, and hopefully try and get more people in that way as well. I don't know how much I need to go into the weeds with our financial data, but essentially most of our income comes from local taxes and penal funds, which is all of the civil infractions from the county that get divvied up between all of the libraries within the county. And then we also receive money from trusts and donations that typically, with our trusts, they disperse normally about once a year. And then of course we get donations from people who feel that they want to help improve the library additionally, in addition to their taxes and stuff like that. So we are super thankful for that, which is also something else I should mention. We've been getting donations to, I guess, sort of continue updating the library. I don't want to say modernizing it, because the aesthetic of the library is very, not vintage, but it just has a very, very beautiful aesthetic to it. And there are definitely some things that are more than 20 years old that I have appreciated getting to update and make things more, I guess, more eye-appealing to draw more people to, like, our books, our information. And then our biggest expenditures are over every single year typically tends to be our wages and benefits, our collections, and just the things to keep the library open. Over this past year, you saw me a couple of months ago asking for an approval for our carpet, which we recently updated. It was phenomenal. If you had seen the carpet a couple of months ago, it was truly horrendous, but now it is just a great improvement. You'll probably be seeing me again about that too in the next couple of months, hopefully, to fix the rest of our carpets throughout the library. And then lastly, to talk about our programming, we have definitely been trying to get more programming to appeal to people beyond just our normal things for little kids. So we've been working on things for teens, even though it doesn't seem like it sometimes, but we definitely have so many things going on that many kids come to, as well as adults. But it is a great way for all of the families with older kids, younger kids, to interact with each other, and it's great to see all of the connections they make. Over the summer, we had multiple people set up play dates and all that sort of stuff. So it's great. It's just very heartwarming to see that sort of stuff as well. And then in this one as well, I have the 2024 summer reading program. I wish that I had also put in here the 25 summer reading program, which just ended in July. That essentially our summer reading program the previous year was called Adventure Begins at Your Library. We had a great time with kids who thought it was fun to travel the world with reading. This previous theme that we had that just finished up in 2025, that one was called Color Our World. And if you hadn't seen, we also had a beautiful mural painted in our library to kind of go with the theme, but obviously we're going to keep that up because if you haven't seen it, it's insanely amazing, and who would ever want to cover that up. So I do want to give a great thanks to Chloe Stewart. She works at the library. She spent a lot of time after hours painting that for us, and again, making the library just more colorful, more inviting, all of that good stuff. But I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time because I know we have other stuff to talk about. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll add that the overall financial position of the library is incredible. About 3 years of operating expenses on hand. One thing we're doing is trying to improve the children's section and hiring someone to help with that, hopefully, which is an item for a few minutes from now. Anything? Yes, Councilman Suchel.
I want to temper this, that, the library is very important for family-friendly Hillsdale, it's crucial. But in your next report, is it possible to get a comparison to other libraries that are our size to see where we're gauging with the norm? 'Cause, I'm a manufacturing guy. The one number that kind of pops out at me, going to your point here, is your wage and benefits versus your overall. And you're at 57%. In manufacturing, those are red flags that we're not efficient enough. So, okay, so I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We will add that to the agenda. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, all set? Any council discussion? Okay, very good. We will move on to letter